Yep, we'd have to say on brand. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Oh, sorry, after that big wheel of cheese, I had to eat some cheese. I forgot to put my mic back on. Oh my goodness. All right. So we are back, and we are now going to go through our dono run. Oh man, is the air conditioning in the background bothering you? I mean, when I talk, that's when my gate opens up. Does it get too wonky? Because it does get hot in here. You can't hear it? Okay, good. All right. All right, very cool. Only when I inhale. Okay, I'm sorry. Luke, I am your father. I got something I learned is that I inhale through my nose a lot, and that triggers the gate. How many donos do I got? All right, let's see. Let me see. How many do I have here? One. I've got 16 donos. Oh no. So. Did he really? No. Well, I got to tell you what. If James Earl Jones probably, first of all, probably made a freaking grip for that. Number two, talking about living forever. Could you imagine if James Earl Jones' voice was used as some kind of like Total Recall style, voice or Odyssey to Space Odyssey, 2000 Space Odyssey, whatever that movie was. Oh my God, he'll be there forever. Talking about securing a real legacy. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, here we go. We're starting with our first dono here. This is all based on folks who have boosted their dono, if you do not know. Oh, just for the Darth Vader character? Oh, yeah, his family. His family's family will never have to work. So, our very first one that we're coming up with here, guys, as we start our dono boost is from Scanvisor, an anime track. We have been big on the anime. And so, Scanvisor, are you here with us, my friend? My friend, where are you, Scanvisor? And come up. How's it going, brother? $40,000 from, hey, Income Up, thank you for the resub. Scanvisor, this is your $40,000 contribution. I want to thank you. That was for the new car. I appreciate it. And this is an anime called One Piece. It's an electronic piece by the Brave New World. Where's Scanvisor? Usually he's hanging around here. That's okay. These streams are kind of hard for folks to hang in there. We're in donos now. We did a whole hour and change of cheese, so... But we're going to get back to the cheese before I bail. Here we go. This is in the donos. Scanvisor. Let's do this. All right. Sorry, guys. You know what? I want to start this over because I had my volume kind of low. All right, let's do it now. Now I'm going to start it. Give us some real love with the volume. All right, here we go. I like that little phase shifting stereo image, a little arpeggiation there. I like it. Ooh. Nice key change. That was it. That was a great track. I was really starting to get into it and stuff and starting to kind of tear it apart a little bit in my head. This is just another great example of anime music. I think now I'm more so than ever really understanding when people say that, like as a complete genre. You know, I never quite wrapped my head around it. I've wrapped my head around K-pop when people say, oh, it's K-pop, J-pop or whatever. And then when they talk sometimes about the kind of music that's in like the Korean soap operas, you know, the songs that are in there and stuff like that. But this anime's focus musically is always on really super, they never hang on a chord longer than like one measure. Anybody who's a musician, you know, I'm sure you're flying that. But they really make their chord turnarounds to support the melodies. They don't hang in one pocket like a lot of tracks that we listen to when it comes to more pop songs that is not anime oriented. You know, there might be a 3-4 chord dun 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 dun, you know, going on there while melody's going on. But these composers, almost every other note is kind of like you know, a clustered chord change that's happening there to follow it through, and that's what gives it a lot of fun and punch and lift. You know. Actually, the chord changes sometimes are a lot more intriguing to me than the melody. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing, but, you know, pretty much that's what it is. It's just bring, bring, you know. I don't mean bring, but bring. So, Scan Visor, I wish you were here. You missed it, but that's okay. You're going to see it over there on the VOD. Somebody asked a question really quick about the December 10th Part 2 VOD. I got completely blocked on that video. I had 4 different blocks on that VOD on the Part 2 of December 10th, and I couldn't get them released. So it didn't make it up there. And so that's just the only bummer sometimes when that happens. So I apologize if your track was in there, but it got crushed, you know, with the complete blocks. Okay, next up, Makuzia. Oh my gosh, another anime song. No, we didn't start Odyssey until about a month and a half ago. So, you know, yeah. Makuzia, how are you? Quado. Hello? So, hi, Makuzia. How are you? Thank you so much for that dono. Jeez. So, Makuzia is going to share with us, wants us to listen to an anime. I think the anime's name, because I've heard this enough time now, it's called Frieren, of that nature. So, let's see what this sounds like. Makuzia always dropping in the slick tracks on us. This is called Frieren the Slayer, I think is the name of the track. Frieren. Oh, that's right. You guys did that to me before. I say it right. Frieren. Okay, this one's called Frieren the Slayer. This coming to us from one of our legacy stream associates that come out here and hang out. Makuzia, let's do this all right. Wow, huge. Little flutes in the back. So this must be a major part in the show where it's dark and battle-oriented. I don't know why this still has some kind of a goth medieval vibe to it. Dark, heavy. Oh, I see, Freak the Gods. Yeah, the double bass right here in that section was really dark and gnarly. Massive sound. Now, you know, I'm looking here at the artwork, and I don't know anything about the anime, but that apparently, if it says Frieren the Slayer, then maybe this is some ode into the game of where he's standing, you know, gloriously, the winner of a battle or something. There was some really super dark, heavy standouts, like the double bass that Amon had pointed out. That there were some doubling in unison with the same, within the same range, like with the lower brass section, but there were a couple times where that double bass would step out, and those kind of like, it lightens up a little bit of the harshness and darkness. There's this little tug of war between, like, you know, double forte and triple forte. Sometimes that causes that kind of like little bottom thing to pop through, you know. So that stuck out too. Is every time Aman and I are always singing on the same path. It's just sometimes he beats me to the punch when it comes to it. But yeah, that was dark. It was glorious. It was kind of, you know, nasty, but there was hope in it too. You know, so because I don't know what this was, let's see. Let me see. You're just noodling. But Makuzia, this kind of this kind of composition, sometimes when it stands out so big, there's times where I want to see this against scene, you know, to what the real messaging is behind it. Because right now it just sounded like it does. There's almost kind of like a vibe where we start hearing the same kind of darkness and approaches and stuff like that. Then we start to kind of slice and pull out from under the hood, little areas that make, you know, the sounds completely unique and stuff. But you know, this is where it's starting to get to that place where I'm really super recognizing the tactics that the composers are using. Earlier on in the stream, I had somebody ask me about me being able to kind of, he didn't quite word it this way, predict the changes. But yeah, there's, you know, you can kind of assess when a change is going to come or something's going to happen. Of course, whenever I get blown away, like, oh, I got listen to that step up or what they did, or a key change or meter change or something. But there is a little bit of a predictability sometimes in when listening to music. But that's neither here nor there, in the sense that if you're a composer, that's kind of a built-in thing that you have where you feel this is a change, or the composer's using a technique that it's about to get ourselves into a place, and then whoosh, and here we get it, whoosh, kind of vibe. So thank you, Makuzia. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. I know it's been a while since I've been here, which means it's been a while since you've been here. Fashdemented. Guys, we're about to get in some rock and roll. Get onto your headbanger gear. Fashdemented, are you here? Hello. There you are. Back from lunch. So let's do this. Fashdemented wants a band called Toska. And let's see. Let me grab the link here and let's get on it. How you been, Fashdemented? What have you been up to? Life doing well for you? This one is called Abomasum. Okay, here we go. And all right, let's go. All right. See, there's my facial expression for a great key change. Or wow, listen to the ride work. And the hi-hat. I love how this is allowing us to breathe in the ethereal headspace. Which you know inevitably is going to set us up for something gnarly. Drummer's got some great chops in there, man. Great arrangements. Oh, I agree with you, Wisdom. But I think with this, it's more the arrangements are spaced out enough where it's not really an issue, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, that bass work, man. What a great bass tone, too. Yes. Let us off the hook nicely right there. I just realized who this guitar player is. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I've watched videos of him teaching and playing, and his phrasings and his chord changes are stunning. Reba Masad, yeah. Oh my God, he did something with Pliny that was so sick about 8 months ago. That was a good track, high minus the old bar. Hate to stop it right here, but now that I know who is the guitar player here, this guy has just got incredible voicings. And the intervals that he plays in his lead work is so outstanding. And he loves to use stereo imaging to his advantage. And that's what I wanted to bring up in this point. There is no, from what I can hear, not one overdub guitar piece, bit of work going here as it sounds. I could be wrong. But he's the master of that doubling technique, which is, you run it through, like if he's running through Neural DSP or, whatever his side chain looks like or whatever. So this guy's composition and musicianship skills is through and through what we're hearing one time. And you know what I'm saying? There isn't all these layers that are coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in. So that's why you have this really unique stereo width, this imaging that he's got with his guitar, leaves a nice little bowl at the bottom where the bass plays. Kind of wish the bass had a little bit of boost, maybe at about 800 to 1,000, just a slight little bump. But that's what I love. But most of all about and this drummer is just absolutely mental. But his abilities with his voicings and his intervals, with his delays and his works, comes up with the most confoundingly wonderful. Is that a phrase we should put on a T-shirt? Confoundingly wonderful pieces of work like this. See how he uses the engineering techniques? Ah, brilliant. God, listen to how the bass digs in on that zero. I'm so with you on that SB. Let's see if he goes back into. Let's see if he goes back to this. No, he won't. He's just going to leave us dangling out there. Very headspace pawning, if you know what I mean. Like, my brain was pawned. What a great track, man. That was such a great track. And now realizing who it is, even more so. It's like, I want to try to see if I can't play. What was his name again? I'm going to get back into the donos. Was it Rob? How do you spell his name? One more time, guys, really quick. Somebody, no, not Pliny. This guy. Oh, Reba. I'm sorry. It's right there in the thing. Rabea Masad, and Pliny. I want you to listen to this track, guys, really quick. Well, there's no really quick. You just have to listen to this track. It's a great track. Should get more love than it. This is Pliny and Reba. But you can hear the influence of Rabea in this composition. And then Pliny is just Pliny. Rubea. Thank you. But I love how they set up this ambient kind of percussive vibe with the guitar work and the delays. But the balls hit hard on this in a little bit. Oh, that's so sweet. This part, let's go. Damn, this thing just kills for me. I love that chord change there. And very unique tone to his guitar, that lead there. Kind of like the drone work in the video. And let's bang it for the last hook. Here we go. Can you hear the grittiness of the balls of the bass as well? There it was. This is where I really truly was turned on to who this artist was. Rabea, Pliny I've heard of for a couple of years. I've been an awesome follower of his music as well, you know, and such great musicians. And I believe Pliny is also Australian as well. Oi, oi, oi. I got to go to Australia one day before I punt, guys. I'd like to roll up enough quarters to go to Australia and surf a couple really fun places on a longboard. You know, that's if the universe has it in order for me, but you know, I'd love to get to Australia one day. It'd be wonderful. All right, now we're back to our regular donos, guys. So let's go into Ink 'em Up. Ink 'em Up, are you here in the house? Oh, thank you so much for that dono. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Wander to the Gold Coast. Let's go. I need a sponsor, though. No, I'm kidding. Here we go. This is Ink 'em Up wants the game Mario and Luigi. And the track that we're doing for Ink 'em Up is called the Grand Finale. How are you, Ink 'em Up? I see you there. Happy face going on there. Actually, you know what's really funny is that, you know, I've been living in Hawaii now for the last 20 some odd years, but I did spend a lot of time surfing and lived in Studio City, California when I had my recording studio and was doing a lot of music work there, the 80s and the 90s. And so I always surfed, you know, Latigo, Malibu, you know, Leo Carrillo and stuff on longboards. Funny enough, though, my number one favorite board is a McTavish. And I still have a couple of McTavishes. And if you know of McTavish, it is an Australian longboard shaper. I'm just saying. Staying with the culture. Here we go for Ink 'em Up. All right. Nope, never made it up to Vancouver for a surf. But I hear it's great. Really quick, I want to stop before I know everybody's into this. The opening sequence, that opened up with it, you know what's great with what the composer did? It's very abstract, but he kept that sequence, shoved it in our face for the first 4 measures, and then he completely drops it. If you listen down at the bottom where the bass area lives, listen down how he took the sequence, maybe he took the MIDI information and switched it up for much lower and pulled it way back in the mix, but listen for it. Is this like a boss fight? I love that old orchestra stab. Oh, it is a final boss, okay. Real quick, I've talked about marrying the MIDI chords or MIDI information and doubling it off to get very unique effects. So we have the melody here that seems to be just the piano. Da, 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 da. So yeah, so you have that going on. But there's MIDI information that was doubled, and there's a string patch. You know, he patched it with a string thing in the back. So you're hearing this unison perfectly following that melody with that string line. And I think that's a really super important part of the track, is the way the composer did that and married that little string line into the melody with it, you know, following it in unison. I think it really stretches the melody really far. Except for there. I love how that sequence is still back there. God, so nostalgic, some of those MIDI sounds. Oh, there's this little dissonant thing happening there. Okay, we're in loop and we're going into a fade. A lot of fun things happening there. And I think one of the things that I really locked onto, though, was just as, you know, the old MIDI, you know, things that you do to make tracks thicker, you know, by locking, you know, that string sound behind the melody and stuff. But I really loved how the composer, and because the only Mario I know of was the very beginning in 1980, whatever, you know, dun 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 dun. I never played anything on further, so I haven't followed the tail of, or followed the growth of the game and everything. But it sounds like the producers and the game developers, whatever, of the Mario franchise really stayed really close to composing styles and sounds, no matter how old they got it. Even if they did one 5 years ago, it still sounded like the music sounds kind of 16-bit. So this was a spin-off, okay. Gotcha. Snake! Hey guys, Snake's in the house. Let's say, how's it to Snake? What's going on? How are you, buddy? What, are you just getting off work at 4 in the morning or something? Oh, guys, look. I took your advice. So here's a Chips Ahoy with some peanut butter on it. All right, stand by. Mmm. Peanut butter Ahoys. Ah. Your bathroom is being removed? So what do you gotta do? Pee out the window? Oh, I gotta spread it out over the whole top? All right. Let's get into our... Oh, God, that does taste great. Oh, that is mental. That was a great suggestion. Pee on the neighbor. Double A. I'm sorry for the coughing. Double A, are you still here? I know that you got full-time family thing going on, and your daughter and your family's enjoying lovely poppy time, daddy time. But, claro que sí, en efecto. Estar aquí, bueno. ¿Sabes qué? Ahora tu canción es... gracias, por favor, gracias. Para, you know, my donation. Claro que sí, en efecto. Y tu canción es una banda que es Wombat Supernova, progressive. Claro que sí, en efecto. Bueno, mira, dame un momento para mirar. Ay, a ver, no puedes. Everybody just chimed in for the last 30 seconds. Go, what the hell happened to Jeeves' string? Just heard Spanish. All right, so here we go for Double A. This song is called Eggs. All right, let's do this. Double A, this is for you. We are on it. All right. Ooh, I love the pedal note in there. Oh, I love that. Oh, I really love this groove. Wow, who are these guys? This is badass. Uh-oh, we're into the math. Guys, the bass line is following that. Ooh, oh, fuck. Are these guys? Jeez. Whoever they are, they're having the best time of their life right now with their musicianship, their skill set. That was unreal. I left my mind in being the decomposer, listening to this and breaking it down. It was just useless. Only because these guys, is it just two people? I don't know anything about this this band or anything like that. So I don't know if this is just two people and they or maybe they hired a drummer. I'm not too sure what this is about, but one thing's for sure, they, like I said, whenever I broke in the middle, I just was like, these guys are having the best time ever. Their skill set is without question. So when it gets to a place where I go, okay, these guys are probably pulling back, holding back, and it's just the two French guys, huh? Wow. They're just holding back, it seems like, on just lighting it up like it's nobody's business. And so maybe, and even by the artwork and everything like that, maybe this is kind of like how Nowhere has clowncore, different projects to express different, types of music or, genres. But this definitely had a lot of that mathcore. I don't want to say it was mathcore. Math prog, maybe. Would that be a best way to put it? Oh, something like, yeah, Daft Punk is another one, right? That's another good one, DJ. But this track was great. I left. So I was done trying to, make any sense out of it in my head, as much as I was just like imagining in their musicianship and what they were playing and how they were doing. And there was a lot of those runs there where the bass player was right on top of every single note. You could tell they were doing pull-offs, and hammer-ons and pull-offs and doing these kind of like sweep-esque kind of things going on. So this is just another incredible experience on so many freaking good musicians out there. I'm glad I'm too old to write music and do anything anymore. I just sit here, much rather listen to it than, I feel like I shouldn't even turn on my gear after listening to stuff like this. I only know 3 chords. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. My mama done told me stop acting like a greed. Anybody know what that's from? This is definitely going to mark us. If you know what that's from, it's from the 1900s. What is it? What is it? What is it? Which one is it? Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. My mama done told me stop acting like a queen. An earache, my eye. You don't remember this? Oh, forget it. We're doing this. I'm stepping off my show. Here we go. Earache, my eye from Cheech and Chong. Guys, this is classic. Here we go. And I love how they had the Motown funk horn section in this. So Frank Zappa. Same old farts, Brexter.
dog. You guys pick on my leg. I'm on the verge of a total pig out and you tell me to go in it. I'm going in. I'm making lots of money.
Classic, guys. Classic for us old farts. Oh my God! Sorry, guys. Had to drop that in there on the stream here for you. You know, just had to do it because I just had to. Oh, such a classic time in life, let me tell you. Oh my goodness, Cheech and Chong, an earache my eye. All right, guys. Let's get on with the donos. So this is. Am I going to do Eminem? Double A, I think I heard you or saw you told me to kind of pause on Double M. Is that what we'd be doing by chance? In the meantime, if you get back to me, I'm going to go move it to the next one, which is Brexter. What's up, Brexter? 420. Like, what a perfect song we just got through listening to, right? Yep. Okay, a little bit of trivia. You remember this, the Cheech and Chong, right? You guys remember? Okay, I'll skip it for now. You guys remember the movie, right? Remember the next door neighbor, the gay next door neighbor? That was my well, he's not uncle by blood, but the family all grew up with him, a guy named Cy Kramer. So he was like, oh my God, I'm doing this movie. Oh my God, I'm doing this movie with Cheech and Chong. And they want me to play myself. And my mom and my dad were like, great. So yeah, Cy Kramer, he was a dear family friend of ours. And he was the guy who played smoked out his house and ran over his bushes and stuff like that. Little bit of nostalgia there, or a little bit of whatever you want to call it there. But yeah. All right, guys, here we go. Brexter, this is for you. Weird Al Yankovic. We already know that it's time to laugh, guys. So hold on to your quado, and I should be holding on to my quado. This is called Albuquerque. So, Brexter, what are we going to listen to, man? All right, guys, here we go.
Way back when I was just a little bitty boy, living in a box under the stairs in the corner of the basement of the house half a block down the street from Jerry's bait shop. You know the place. Well, anyway, back then life was going swell and everything was just peachy! Except, of course, for the undeniable fact that every single morning, my mother would make me a big old bowl of sauerkraut for breakfast. Big bowl of sauerkraut! Every single morning! It was driving me crazy! Instead of my mom, I said, hey, Mom!
Which album is this from? Oh, the movie.
And my dear sweet mother, she just looked at me like a cow looks at an oncoming train. And she leaned right down next to me. And she said, it's good for you! And then she tied me to the wall and stuck a funnel in my mouth and force-fed me nothing but sauerkraut until I was 26 and a half years old. That's when I swore that someday I would get out of that basement and travel to a magical, faraway place where the sun is always
I love the decision that the snare is taking up the stereo imaging on this.
So fluffy, where the Shriners and the lepers play their ukuleles all day long and anyone on the street will gladly shave your back for a nickel. Waka waka doo-doo, yeah. Well, let me tell you, people, it wasn't long at all before my dream came true.
Don't. That's nice and tight mono in there. I love that.
To see who could correctly guess the number of molecules in Leonard Nimoy's butt. I was off by 3, but I still won the grand prize. That's right, a first-class one-way ticket to Albuquerque.
Great hook.
Albuquerque. Oh, yeah. You know, I've never been on a real airplane before, and I gotta tell you, it was really great. Except that I had to sit between 2 large Albanian women with excruciatingly severe body odor, and the little kid in back of me kept throwing up the whole time. The flight attendants ran out of Dr. Pepper and salted peanuts, and the in-flight movie was Biodome with Pauly Shore, and oh yeah, 3 of the airplane engines burned out. We went into a tailspin and crashed into a hillside, and the plane exploded in a giant fireball, and everybody died. Except for me. You know why?
guy's a freaking genius.
Back in the full upright position, have my tray table up. And my seat back in the full upright position.
Those were nice harmonies in that little section there.
So I crawled from the twisted, burning wreckage. I crawled on my hands and knees for 3 full days, dragging along my big leather suitcase and my garment bag and my tenor saxophone and my 12-pound bowling ball and my lucky autographed glow-in-the-dark snorkel. But finally I arrived at the world-famous Albuquerque Holiday Inn, where the towels are oh so fluffy, and you can eat your soup right out of the ashtrays if you wanna. It's okay, they're clean. Well, I checked into my room and I turned down the AC and I turned on the Spectrovision, and I'm just about to eat that little chocolate mint on my pillow that I love so very, very much when suddenly there's a knock on the door. Well, now who could that be? I say, who is it? No answer. Who is it? There's no answer. Who is it? They're not saying anything. So finally I go over and I open the door, and just as I suspected, it's some big fat hermaphrodite with a flock of seagulls haircut and only
Flock
one
of
nostril.
Seagulls. Who remembers Flock of Seagulls?
Man, I hate it when I'm right. So anyway, he burst into my room and he grabbed my lucky snorkel, and I'm like, hey, you can't have that. That snorkel's been just like a snorkel to me. And he's like, tough. And I'm like, give it. And he's like, make me. And I'm like, okay. So I grabbed his leg and he grabbed my esophagus and I bit off his ear and he chewed off my eyebrows and I took out his appendix and he gave me a colonic irrigation. Yes, indeed, you better believe it. And somehow in the middle of it all, the phone got knocked off the hook. And 20 seconds later, I
This
heard
is like a
voice.
festival short.
And you know what it said? I'll tell you what it said. It said, if you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. In Albuquerque.
Great hooks. The harmonies for the hooks are really super strong.
Well, to cut a long story short,
I wonder if Weird Al writes
but I made a solemn
the arrangements as well, like the harmonies and stuff.
I would not sleep
Anybody
for
know?
an instant until the one-nostriled man was brought to justice. But first I decided to buy some donuts. So I got in my car and I drove over to the donut shop and I walked on up to the guy behind the counter and he says, yeah, what do you want? I said, you got any glazed donuts? He said, no, we're out of glazed donuts. I said,
Wow.
well, you got any jelly donuts? He said, no, we're out of jelly donuts. I said, you got any Bavarian
Oh yeah, the guy's like all zitted out.
He said, no, we're out of Bavarian cream-filled donuts. I said, you got any cinnamon rolls? He said, no, we're out of cinnamon rolls. I said,
Oh, does he
"You got
really?
apple
Yeah.
fritters? He said, no, we're out of apple fritters. I said, you got any bear claws? He said, wait a minute, I'll go check. I said, well, in that case, what do you have? He says, all I got right now is this box of 12 starving, crazed weasels.
Oh my God, the donut scene here is making me hungry.
Take that. So he hands me the box and I open up the lid and the weasels jump out and they immediately latch onto my face and start biting me all over. Oh man, they were just going nuts. They were tearing me apart. You know, I think it was just about that time that a little ditty started going through my head. I believe it was.
Okay, we're only halfway through the song. Really quick, everybody in the chat, I want you to tell me what your favorite donut is. Mine was always the buttermilk glazed.
A little something like this. Oh, get him off me! Get him off me! Oh, get him off! Get him off! Oh, get him off! Get him off me! I ran out into the street with these flesh-eating weasels all over my face.
Oh my God, yeah, the
waving
chocolate
my
old
arms all
fashions,
around
you're
and just
right.
running like a constipated wiener dog. And as luck would have it, that's exactly when I ran into the girl of my dreams. Her name was Zelda. She was a calligraphy enthusiast with a slight overbite and hair the color of strained peaches. I'll never forget the very first thing she said to me. She said, hey, you got weasels on your face. That's when I knew it was true love. We were inseparable after that.
It should be, Snake.
Oh, we ate together, we bathed together, we even shared the same piece of mint-flavored dental floss. The world was our burrito. So we got married and we bought us a house and had 2 beautiful children, Nathaniel and Superfly. Oh, we were so very, very, very happy. Oh, yeah. But then one fateful night, Zelda said to me, she said, "Sweetie Pumpkin, do you want to join the Columbia Record Club?"
Oh my God, you guys remember that?
Whoa!
Oh my God, the Columbia Record Club. Oh shit.
So we broke up and I never saw her again, but that's just the way things go. In Albuquerque.
Very Beatles, the backgrounds.
Anyway, things really started looking up for me because about a week later, I
Oh,
finally
that guitar
achieved
lead.
my lifelong dream. That's right, I got me a part-time job at the Sizzler. I even made Employee of the Month after I put out that grease fire.
You unlocked the gray hairs by hearing that, huh,
Pretty
Amon?
jealous of me after that. I was getting a lot of attitude. Okay, like one time I was out in the parking lot trying to remove my excess earwax with a golf pencil when I see this guy Marty trying to carry a big old sofa up the stairs all by himself. So I say to him, I say, "Hey, you want me to help you with that?" And Marty, he just rolls his eyes and goes, "No, I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw." So I did. And then he gets all indignant on me. He's like, "Hey man, I was just being sarcastic." Well, that's just great. How was I supposed to know that? I'm not a mind reader for crying out loud. Besides, now he's got a really cute nickname, Torso Boy. So what's he complaining about? Say, that reminds me of another amusing
That pentatonic
anecdote.
hammer off thing
This
was
guy
just
comes up to me on the street and
tickety-tickety.
he tells me he hasn't had a bite in 3 days. Well, I knew what he meant, but just to be funny, I took a big bite out of his jugular vein. And he's yelling and screaming and bleeding all over, and I'm like, "Hey, come on, don't you get it?" But he just keeps rolling around on the sidewalk, bleeding and screaming, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" And I'm completely missing the irony of the whole situation. Man, some people just can't take a joke, you know? Anyway, where was I? Kind of lost my train of thought. Okay, anyway, I know it's kind of a roundabout way of saying it, but I guess the whole point I'm trying to make here is I hate sauerkraut! That's all I'm really trying to say. And by the way, if one day you happen to wake up and find yourself in an existential quandary, full of loathing and self-doubt and racked with the pain and isolation of your pitiful, meaningless existence, at least you can take a small bit of comfort in knowing that somewhere out there in this crazy old mixed-up universe of ours, there's still a little place called Albuquerque. 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 Albuquerque.
Dumbass. Gotta let my ears breathe for a second. Thank you, San Francisco. Thank you. Okay, wait a second. I support. Wait a minute. I got my sauerkraut. I do my sauerkraut. I don't go anywhere without my sauerkraut. Oh my God. Oh my God. My sauerkraut. I support the sauerkraut. I represent the sauerkraut bean, the sauerkraut bean, the sauerkraut bean. I represent the sauerkraut bean. We'd like to welcome you to GB's Den. Sorry, okay. Sorry, I lost it there, guys. Oh my God. That was a long track, but it was fun. But I think that qualifies as like a festival short. Like, I mean, that was, yeah, like that little tremolo there. That was 11 minutes long, but I mean, it just seemed like it was like some kind of short film. But I guess it was off an album. And decided to turn that into, you know. Income, you out of here? Okay, man, take care. We'll see you the next time around. So, all right, guys, let's keep going. The goat voice. Bad boy. Okay, next one. DJ Tambor in the house. I see you there. Lurking in the chat. This is for you. A lot of games today. This one's called Trails of Cold Steel 3. From DJ Tambor. Thank you so much for your dono, my brother. And let me see what we got here. And this one's called Spiral of Earwigs. Erebos? Wait, Spiral of Erebos. Spiral of Erebos. Okay, guys, are you ready? I'm ready. This track was used for both the intro sequence and the game. Oh, really? Was it, before I start this, DJ, was this, you're saying that this track was played in 3 different parts of the game, or was the track kind of rewritten for the same exact track, but rearranged for a different part of the game? Let me know. Let's play this for DJ Tambor. DJ, thank you so much for your dono and hanging out. Here we go. A little delay on the piano. I like that. Love this opening. Wow, listen to that bass. What a great tone. God, the drum pattern reminds me of an old Liquid Grooves loop. This is mixed really well. There was a shift. I don't know that there was a key change. Well, those are, yeah, you know, that's a key change there. It's nice. It's like he steps it up every 16 bars. This is like unlocking another level in precision engineering with this for me. Everything, you can hear every arrangement perfectly in this. I mean, if you're listening to it with old man engineering ears. One of the things that I love is that the guitars are very integral. The crunch guitars and the chugginess of it is such an integral part of the track. But it's actually like third level down on the mix where you have the melody, then you have that drum pattern playing. You still have the chugs of the guitar, and the darkness of it comes out as soon as they remove that synthy melodic lead. That pulls out, and that what that does is that now doesn't take your ear and put it in the focus on that tone. Once that tone disappears, then you listen to it differently, and then you can drop into the darker tones, which is when the chugginess of the guitars take over. But every single little instrument in here has got its own little place to live, and that's great. Yeah. Is that the fourth key change, I think? Nice change up. God, that bass tone again. And that's kind of a nosy guitar, you know, chug sound. Great track, DJ Tambor. A lot of dynamics on that. And yeah, the chord changes are also... You know what I didn't quite put my finger on is if the chord changes were... key changes... We're taking the established patterns of about, I don't know, let's say 32 bars worth of music, and then there was a turnaround and then step into a key change. So copy and pasting that, step into a key change, let that run its course, do a turnaround, take it, copy, paste, you know, step it into another key change. I don't know. I didn't detect that. But for me, the whole thing just cycles back into the great engineering in that particular track because how everything was just crystal clear in the mix, you know? Yeah, I mean, which is also, I think, I don't know, I would probably do that as a composer if I was writing a piece that might have a never-ending situation to it if it was a game. I have no game experience. But as far as, you know, doing that technique, writing a ginormous, I've done it many times in music libraries. You know, when they want me to take a track, if I get hired to write a track that's like 1:30, which covers everything that they want, you know, in their reduced mixes and times, you know, the 60 to 30 in the minute. Sometimes they go, hey, can you make this one like 5 minutes? I say, okay, no problem. I'll take up to the 1:30. Then I'll write a turnaround of maybe 2 bars and then take the whole track and just copy paste it and just nudge it maybe 2 steps, you know, for a key change. But then I'll go back in and now change some of that arrangement up. I might assign different sounds to different MIDI structures, you know, or MIDI patterns that I have. I might say, okay, well, let me assign this to here so it sounds like it's a shift, you know, so. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, my story. I have no game. I have no game. I have no game. Here I am, 63 years old, and the girl I'm dating is 29. I have no game whatsoever. Psych. Okay, DJ Tambor, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, brother. The beginning and the ending. Okay. I see. Got it. No, there is a girl that I'm kind of hanging out with. And I said, well, you know, you got to give the older guy a chance. And she's like, I mean, we're having fun. We're really good friends. But I said, let's watch First Night. And then I said, so now I call her Guinevere. I said, Guinevere, come on over here. Come over here, Guinevere. I can't do Sean Connery, but, you know, Guinevere's my queen. So I thought that was funny. I got jokes. I got jokes all the time. You know, it makes up for the gray hair on my eyebrows. All right, guys. Here we go. I deserve to choke on that. Skeletank, are you in the house, my friend? If you are, this is for you. Quado. Sorry, it's me, Luigi. I'm sorry. I'm just, everybody's like, blah. How are you, Skeletank? All right, buddy, we're up to you now. And thank you for your dono. Thank you for your constant hanging out with us, usual suspects here on the stream. And we are going to be doing a song from, I love this band. And I'm going to say it wrong, but I've heard it many times. Okay, guys, this is a long one, he says, so we're going. This one is called, the band is Ayreon. It's progressive. And the name of the track is, so everybody, make yourself comfortable. This one is called The Day That the World Breaks Down. So let's lock and load, guys. Here we go. I mean, like, how long is it? I guess we're about to find out. Here we go. 45 minutes. I'm kidding. We're fine.
A silence so deafening as the stillness surrounds us. A rush of fear is surging through our veins. A shadow so menacing darkens our horizon. What have we done? Is this the
Trippy blend between sound design and tone in here. This darkness that we hear behind it.
when death descends?
Beefy guitar tones. Great chord changes, too. Oh my god, that looks like an old sequential circuit. It is! It's the Prophet 5! Yes, I called it. Jesus.
I always knew this would happen. Not many believed in my cause. I'm sure they will all turn to me now. I'm sure I am the
God, those old school Leslie cabinets for sure.
who can save us from this fate. I always knew they would need me. Not many showed faith in my plans. I'm sure they will listen to me now. I'm sure that I'm the only one who can save us from this fate.
What an incredible ensemble, man. What an amazing project. This is brilliant stuff here. This is beyond my... Jeez, I just... Yeah, I'm at lost words. I can't. You're right. I'm like... But when was this done? I mean, it says it was released here 7 years ago on YouTube, but...
I must have been blind. I mean, it should have been obvious.
What a great voice. Jeez.
Out of my mind to rely on the cold machine. The sounds were strong. I know I was wrong. I know they will hate me now. Ooh, but I will come clean and destroy this cold machine. This is not over, not as long as we're alive. If we join
I love the crispiness of the acoustic guitars here.
this is not over.
I love that we're getting notes from the composer.
And in the end we'll cross this
love the electric piano vibe here.
I'll fix every flaw, I'll break every lie.
This has that Opeth or that
If that's what it takes, you will see.
Stephen Wilson vibe.
Crush this cold machine. This is not over. I am sure we'll find a way out of this desperate situation. This is not over, even if it all seems hopeless. For in the end, we'll cross this
I love that he's getting that sound out of a Strat. Great piano playing here. Ooh. Wow, slick. Hey! Jeez, what a piece of work. That was unbelievable. What a dedicated piece of work. I mean, you know, if you're saying, I guess, even if this was 7 years ago, he was in his 50s when he wrote this, just absolutely tremendous. And what a, you know, when you're a musician in a genre long enough where you can pull together all these singers, the musicians, and everything in a huge, ginormous piece like that, what a legacy. You know, as an individual, as a musician, as a person, to maintain the relationships, people want to come and hang out and do these giant projects and stuff. That's incredible. Too many influences for me to start, you know, checking off the boxes, you know, on like, oh, it sounded like this, it sounded like this, it sounded like this. It was just a great, great experience. I will say that the core texture of the production was very much, you know, pulling me from the early prog days. You know, and I think that's also by virtue of using instruments and sounds, you know, like the Leslie and the Strat, that sequential circuits, keyboard, and stuff like that. And let's face it, if he is close to my age, or I guess you guys say he's 64 now, we do still always pull from some of the most powerful, influential things we've heard of, even though we might travel, you know, forward as composers and we write different music as our careers go on and on and on and on and on. There's these root influences that always stick with composers. And you'll hear, you know, deviations of it every now and then when you can, but this to me seems like a swan song kind of vibe of a project where, you know, taking in the whole hall of experience and wisdom musically, both in its creative compositional way and then delivering a piece like this that's kind of a legacy piece. You know, to have 11 singers in this, and just mind-numbing. Absolutely mind-numbing. Guys, I'm going to do 2 more tracks, and I'm going to dip out. Again, my chest is starting to bother me a little bit, but I just want to let you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do 2 more. That'll leave 6 donos left. The next ones I'm going to be doing are from Minus the Old Bear and the Kebab Seller. But I have Safaria, I have SB76, Kairu, Senori, Jademont, Doubt, and the Timo. That sorry, jeez, I don't know what's going on. That I'll pick up in the morning or tomorrow. So when I get back. I'm going to probably come on tomorrow about the same time. Sure, you know, just a makeup stream for this. For sure. Makeup stream tomorrow. There's no two ways about it. So I just want to let you know. So let's go ahead really quick and let's go with the kebab seller is in here for an anime track called Detective Conan. And let's see what kebab seller wants here. It's a jazz version. We are really getting, you know, quite the eclectic playlist going on here. Jakin, where's yours? Wait a minute. How come? Wait. Where have I missed yours, Jakin? When did I blow it somewhere, Jakin? Because it happens. Where's Jakin's? I don't see it on the list. Where did I? Well, let me play this, and I'll look to see where I've got going on, Jakin, on where and what it is that happened here on the list. So here we go for the kebab seller. Let's do this. All right. As she walked into the bar, the smoke out the windows. You know, it's one of those really super cool, like... I love where the bass lives in this. Sexy, smoky. It's like the ex-girlfriend of the lead detective comes in to break the case. Well, so apparently there is a longer version of this, and so because Kyrie was saying there's a longer version. Jake and I'm gonna check the Discord in a second. But I mean, because I don't know where this is laid out in the, I guess this is the main theme of the song, so that's why it was only 1:30. But it sounds, it just even by the look of the artwork that's right there, it is very like, you know, the seductive detective, smoky bars, trying to figure out who done it kind of a vibe, which I take it maybe that's what this is about. Funny enough, though, it says here on the title of the track, "Case Closed." So it's like they all meet together at the smoky bar or wherever at the what do they call it? The speakeasy or something. And, you know, talk about how they solved the case kind of vibe. Very nice, very sultry, very film noirish as well. So I like that, but that's that lazy kind of smoky sax and that whole little, you know, that kind of thing. So that was a great track, Kebab Seller. Thank you. So next up, minus the old bear. This is the Contortionist. Oh, I know what the Contortionist is all about. Have you guys get ready for some prog metal, guys, or prog rock? Is it prog metal or this one's called Geocentric Confusion. Oh, and this is live too, so this ought to be fun. You guys ready? Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna turn off my air conditioning. Jeez. trippy. Jeez. This is so dark and demonic and heavy and gnarly and driving. I like that little synth pad back there. Got a Doom vibe, doesn't it? Yeah, this is what I was waiting for from them. Love that pattern. This is really nice. Great departure from the front end of this. I mean, I loved what it was in the front, but this is wonderful. Jeez. Both those guitars with different tones, you know, following the patterns in unison. This sounds fantastic, especially with that pad in the background. And the bass is really following the kick really hard. It's like right on top of it. What a great track. You know, that this band is just so, they've delivered. I've listened to them a few times on the Decomposer Lounge. Listening to this live also, it's always a joy to listen to it live. I think one of the things that's really bizarre when I listen, not bizarre, unique for me as an experience is when I listen to bands like this perform live, is the choice of the darkness and the heaviness and the tones and the chugs and the riffs and happenings going on there, yet the demeanor of them in their musicianship's space. I watched Meshuggah really bounce around the stage, holding down these just incredible riffs and meter changes and stuff like that. But the more technically advanced as the arrangements get by bands like this, there's a lot going on there. That's almost like a whole different syncopation, is to bounce around and be as gnarly as all can be. With a stage performance that represents the heaviness and the darkness while you're doing all this stuff, And so sometimes I'm watching them up there and their musicianship and their everything that they're doing and going, and just kind of such a dark, gnarly sound. I think in my mind I expect them to be just flying around the stage, but they gotta kind of keep an eye on what they're doing and stuff, because it's extremely technical. Double A, you were right. It was completely, when I just got through saying it, that change up, when it just kind of glassed off and got really ambient, and then a little bit more of the keyboard pad work started shining through, and then the nice little pattern they kept on repeating. There's something magical, something hypnotic about those kind of hammer-on pulls patterns that are going on there. And the last thing I want to kind of set myself back on was when I was listening to the pattern that they were just playing, and that one tone of the guitar was more darker and harsher, and the other one was very clean. Created a really nice stereo imaging vibe. But it wasn't really abrasive, because the drum pattern and the bass were locking in so tight. So the bass was right on top of the kick, with that pattern and stuff. So it was very well done and super prog, and a great way to end the stream. Excuse me. Jakin, I've been watching this go back and forth. I have you here. You're going to be the first one that I'm going to hit tomorrow when I get back. Guys, I'm going to dig out. I think I've been at this for a little over 2.5 hours or something like that.